Hey yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome to my yoga time. Today's short yoga snack is especially ideal for first thing in the morning, and I've got one block for this practice. So when you're ready, come on down onto your back. We'll begin in the supported bridge pose, just taking the block to the lowest height. A few moments with the knees bent, palms to face the ceiling. An option to take a mudra, connecting index finger and thumbs for chin mudra. So mudras are another point of concentration, another point to focus the mind, and they also act as a pranic seal in the body. So here, let's close the eyes down. Position the tip of the tongue where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth. Just a gentle placement. Keeping the jaw relaxed. And finding a slight tone through the back of your throat, Ujjayi breath. Observing the body now rise and fall with the ebb and flow of your breath. And I encourage you to set your intention for today's practice. Just one word if you can, something you'd like to invite into your body, your mind, your day. Your intention could be clarity, love, patience. And when you're ready, let's take a hold of the left leg, interlacing the hands around the thigh and then straightening the leg. Creating a little bit of resistance between the leg and the hand, so push-pull. An option here to arch the back just a little, as though you're trying to curl your tailbone up. Then as you begin to inhale, let's point the toes, and exhale to flex the foot. Inhaling your intention from time to time. One more inhalation. And then as you exhale, bend the knee, move the hands to the shin. And if it feels okay for your back, straighten and relax the right leg. If your left hip's feeling a little tight, by all means, feel free to rock that leg gently from side to side. Maintaining that tone in the throat, softness in the jaw. Take one more breath. And then releasing your left leg and bending the right. So changing sides straight away. Find that resistance between the right leg and the hands. Begin to move the foot with the breath. Feel free to arch the back just a little. We'll take one more inhalation here, and then as you exhale, bending the knee, taking the hands to the shin. And again, if it feels okay for your back, straighten and relax the left leg. And if that right hip is feeling a little tight, feel free to move the leg gently from side to side. Taking as long as you need with that motion, otherwise just holding it still. And as you inhale, noticing the navel rising to meet the thigh. Take a moment to pause before you exhale. And even though this hip flexor is contracted, try to soften and relax. We'll take one more breath here. And as you exhale, releasing the foot. And we're going to take just a few more minutes on the block. So you might choose to keep both knees bent, or if it feels okay for your back, straighten and relax both legs. If you have the urge to take the block a little higher and there's no concerns with your back, feel free to do so. Arms can be by your side, or you can take the arms above the head, finding your mudra once again. And if you've straightened those legs, let's bend the knees, float the arms down if they're overhead. Press into the balls of the feet, lifting up the hips and the heels. Remove your block, keep those heels high as you lower down one vertebrae at a time. Let's cup those hands over the knees, arms as straight as you inhale, and bend the elbows as you exhale. Just a gentle release through the back. And we'll take a little core work just to help fire up the body. When you're ready, stack those knees above the hips, creating a right angle through the backs of your legs. Push your back down into the mat, so remove any space between your back and the mat. So Mula Bandha switched on here, toning through your base, feeling the abdominal muscles firm. Option 1 is here with your arms next to the body. Option 2, interlace the fingers, take them to the base of the head. As you inhale, upper body off the mat, keep pressing the lower back down. On your exhalation, cross your right arm to the outside of the left leg, but don't move this left leg. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side. So we want to try and keep the knee above the hip, and know that when you bring that leg forward, you'll be switching off your core just a little. Keep the jaw relaxed. And next time you come back to center, let's straighten the legs, reach the fingertips and toes up towards the ceiling. Try to get as much of your back off the mat. Inhale. And exhale, lower down. Keep those knees bent, palms to face the ceiling again. Press into the balls of the feet and lift those hips up, broadening through the collarbones, pressing down and away through those feet. Take one last spacious breath into the front side of the body. And then picking up the heels as you exhale, lower down one vertebrae at a time. So when you come down, either taking a hold of the knees again or crossing at the ankles, maybe reach for your big toes. We're going to rock forwards and backwards quite a few times. And finding your way up to seated. So for this seated position here, let's cross the right leg in front of the left. Of course, if you are tight in the hips, you can always sit yourself up on the block. Crossing at the calves and trying to stack the feet underneath the knees. Now a little flexion here through the feet and a little downward pressure. Send the right foot to the left foot to the right. Option 1, staying upright. Option 2, folding forward, allowing the back to round. So we'll keep those fingertips on the floor, palms lifted, and actively rounding the back here. Option to stay in the center or walk those hands over to the left. Find a little lift in that right armpit as you breathe down the side waist. Let's return to center and coming all the way up. So coming back into your boat pose before we change sides, leaning back on a 45-degree angle, picking up those feet. Option to take your mudra once again. Try to bring the shoulders down, feel a little tone through the armpits. Keep the jaw relaxed. And let's cross those legs, left leg in front now. Stacking the feet underneath the knees. So either staying upright or if you can, folding forward. You might choose to stay high on those fingertips and allow the back to round, or soften into the pose, making a fist with the hands to support the head. Keep sending the feet in the opposite direction and direct the breath into the lower back. When you're ready, we'll take that little side bend, walking your hands over to your right side. Stay high on those fingertips and find a little lift in your left armpit. And let's return to center, coming all the way up. So from here, we'll come over onto all fours, take a hold of your block and come down onto your forearms. So holding the block in between the hands, we're going to push the hands in on the block and press them down into the mat. So 2 actions there, squeezing in, pressing down. Make sure those elbows are underneath your shoulders and just drop your head. Allow the shoulders to broaden. Option 1 is as you are. Option 2, tuck those toes under, lift the hips up, find your dolphin pose. Keep squeezing in on the block and pressing down. And keep the jaw relaxed. Inhale. And as you exhale, coming down into a wide-legged child's pose. So take those knees as wide as the mat. Bring the big toes to touch. Walk your hands back. So if you need the block under the head, by all means use that. Arms can stay out in front, or you can bring the hands into prayer above the head. And whichever part of the body has caught your awareness is where you're sending your breath. And follow your next inhalation out of the pose. So staying on all fours now, I'll just spin around so that you can see a little better. We'll take the right leg out to the side, toes can point straight ahead, hands underneath those shoulders, and just a few cat-cow stretches here. So inhaling into your back bend, and then exhale to round the spine. And from here, we'll thread the needle, taking left arm underneath the right. Bring the left ear to the mat or your block if you need. Option to take chin mudra through your left hand. Point your right elbow up to the ceiling. So high on those right fingertips, palm is lifted. Gently press your left arm down into the mat and squeeze those shoulders towards one another. Inhale to come up, and we'll walk those hands over to your left. So lining up your left hand, your left knee and your right foot, coming into your gate pose. Extending that right arm overhead and looking down towards your left hand. So here, try to round the back just a little. Option to stay as you are, or we can take a flow here. Inhale, and as you exhale, sitting down and sweeping that right arm in front of the body towards the right foot. And then inhale to come back up. And staying up this time, Option 1 is as you are. For a little more core, you can raise your right arm towards the ceiling. Try and drag your left hand towards the left knee to switch on your obliques, and then raise your right leg. Right foot is dorsal flexed. Inhale and exhale. Let's lower down. So bring those hands back to center, underline underneath the shoulder, and take your right foot now over to the left. Tuck those toes under, look over your shoulder towards the heel. And find your way back to center. Well done. Let's take the left leg out now, toes pointing forward, moving through your cat-cow stretches. Inhale into your back bend and exhale to round. Finding that neutral spine, threading the needle, right arm underneath the left. Pointing left elbow up to the ceiling. Option to take chin mudra through your right hand. And do engage this left quad here. Try and pull up that kneecap. Feel a little tone through the shoulders as you squeeze them towards one another, and firm your right arm down into the floor. Let's inhale to come all the way up. Walking your hands over to your right now. Lining up the right hand, right knee, left foot. Take a few breaths just looking down and allowing your back to round. Inhale and exhale, take a seat. Flow with your breath. The last one. Option to stay as you are, a little stronger. Raise those left fingertips to the ceiling and float the left leg up. And release. So we'll bring those hands back down to center. Take the left foot over to the right now, tucking those toes under, looking over your shoulder. Breathing into the side waist and the outer leg down that IT band. And let's release. So coming into a seated position now, do take a hold of your block. Feel free to cross the legs, or if that's not comfortable for you, you can straighten one or both legs. Just winding down our practice now. Continuing to set the intention for the day. Taking your mudra and closing your eyes down. Ensure the spine is nice and straight. Drop the chin slightly, move the head back. Feel as though you're leaning back just a touch. The heart stays high as the shoulders relax down the spine. Checking the position of your tongue. As you inhale, feel the breath descend and the navel expand. Imagine the body is taking the shape of a pyramid when you inhale, broadening at the base. And then pause, and as you pause, engage Mula Bandha. So find a tone through your base. Ladies can lift pelvic floor, gents perineum muscle. And here the body's taking more of a V shape. Maintain this bandha, this tone as you exhale. Then inhale, relax these muscles, let the breath descend. Pause, find your tone, and let the out breath ascend. Inhale your intention. Let's bring those hands together into prayer at the heart center. Raise the hands to the third eye center for clarity of thought. Fingertips lower now to the lips for purity and honesty in our speech. And hands to the heart center for love and compassion in all that we do. Wishing you a lovely day, yogis. I hope you enjoyed that short sequence. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to support free yoga on YouTube. Have a lovely day.